Guess I should address the little elephant in the room. Good morning, guys, from the foggiest morning on earth. Like, you cannot see what feels like more than 5 feet in front of you. Okay, well, I mean, oh my gosh, what an exaggeration. Obviously, you can see 5 feet in front of you, but like when we're talking out into the abyss, it's very solid fog. Same thing in the front of the house. Don't mind my hair. I'm actually so annoyed because I took an everything shower, washed my hair, did the whole thing. Then I put in one of those leave-in conditioners. My hair literally looks greasy right now. Like, it looks like I haven't washed it in days, and I feel like it's not worth it. It's like, do you want your hair to be soft and slightly greasy, or kind of like more of like a hay-like texture and no grease? And I honestly think I'd prefer the latter. But anyway, welcome back to the vlog. This is actually going to be my very first week, just me and Dak. I mean, Zach is here, but he works all day, obviously, and he has been working overtime lately, so my mom has been helping out. She's been staying in Cincinnati since before Decker's birth. Not here. She's staying in an Airbnb. I, for the record, insisted she stay with us, but she insisted she didn't want to. So she's staying in an Airbnb, but she's back in New York for a couple of weeks, and it's just going to be me and Dak all day. And obviously I've had days where it's just us, but never like a full week in a row, like, because Zach, yesterday was the weekend, now he went back to work, yada, yada, yada. And I am like a little nervous. It's just, with a baby, it's so weird. Every day is so different. What routine? He calls the shots. Some days he's like, I'm not gonna nap at all, like at all. And other days, I mean, as we speak, like right now he's napping low key. We've got a lot of fun things on the agenda this week. I think I'm going to try my very hardest to work out for the first time since before I gave birth. I stopped working out like 2 weeks before that. We're gonna try to get a little back into health and fitness. Like, I really want to. I'm picking a very interesting week to do it, when obviously help is limited. I am getting to work with AG1 on this video. That's another factor when it comes to health and fitness. And like, I really, really, really want to get back at it. I think it's totally fine that I haven't worked out up until now. Like, I don't feel guilt. We've been going on walks. Last night, Zach and I, we actually went on a really long walk with the boys, Asher and Deck. We did 3.5 miles. So I've been walking, but like, I really missed working out, like challenging my body in that type of way. Obviously, you know, starting out very slow, I cannot even imagine like how difficult working out is going to be. I'm curious though. I obviously haven't worked out in like months at this point. Like, oh my god, like that's insane to think about. But the end of pregnancy was so brutal for me working out. Is it going to be easier now without like a huge baby in my belly, or am I just so out of shape that it's actually even going to be harder? We'll see. I'm excited. I had a nightmare last night that I returned to burn boot camp for the first time. We were in the warm-up, and then I realized, oh my gosh, I left Decker at home. Zach had a doctor appointment. Like, Decker's going to be all alone, and I floored it home. And like, I left the workout and everything. So that's where my mind's at. If you guys remember, we can always tell Clancy's anxiety based on her dreams. That's when it all comes out. So we'll see. If it feels right, we're going to make it happen. If it doesn't, that's okay. It's a very no pressure environment these days. I figured I can show you guys the little coffee recipe I've been making and loving. Like, I have nailed it, where this tastes so much better to me than if I go to like Dunkin' or Starbucks. I am not kidding. I stopped drinking coffee when I was pregnant because honestly, it started off, it tasted horrible to me. Like, that's one of the early signs, I didn't realize it at the time, that I was pregnant. I literally thought K-Cup, like, or what is it, Keurig, changed their formula of their K-Cups, because I was like, what the heck? But now I'm back on coffee, and basically this is like an iced caramel macchiato copycat. I start off with this vanilla syrup. I don't measure anything, by the way. Like, I just kind of pour a little splash in. That was good. Then we move on to the star of the show. This is the stock cold brew. I have been drinking my coffee cold. I need to figure out a hot coffee recipe for this winter, because I tried all of this using hot coffee and it tasted disgusting. Kind of just eyeball it, like, that looks good. Next up, I use soy milk. I know a lot of people prefer oat milk in their iced coffees, but I personally like soy. I always have. Throw that in there. And then, and this is like squeezed weird because it's how I get the syrup out, but I can insert a photo right here of what this actually looks like. And it is the Ghirardelli caramel sauce. This stuff tastes phenomenal. And I kind of just, you know, once again, the theme here, eyeball it. And I can link these cups below if you guys are interested. They're like the perfect size for iced coffee. Give it a little stir. Nailed it. every time, and my little routine lately has been to do AG1 first thing in the morning and then bring in the coffee after that. So this has been everything. And then we've got our chocolate oatmeal waiting for us that I threw in the microwave about like 15-20 minutes ago. So this has been like my morning lineup lately with water as well. These 4 things bring me joy. If there's one thing I've learned with a baby, you have to take advantage of the moments you get. Decker is currently napping. He's been napping for over an hour. He's not in his crib, by the way. I'm staring at him. He is not a crib guy. He's not a crib guy yet. We're getting there. But for now, I don't mind him napping down here, especially as I'm like cleaning, doing all of that, because I want him to be able to get used to sleeping with noise, and I don't want him to only be able to sleep in an environment where it's dark and quiet. I want him to be able to sleep when it's light outside, when it's noisy, when it's all different things, when Azure is barking. He's had his fair share of that, which, fun fact, I was reading, and this might be common sense, but when Decker was in my belly, he could hear everything going on. So him hearing Asher barking, he's actually been hearing Asher bark for months at this point, which is crazy. So it's nothing new for him. Anyway, I have been so into reading all about babies, and just I want to know what is he thinking at all times, what is he feeling. That's just been interesting. And honestly, one of the things with being a mom, I feel like you are so focused on what does your baby need, essentially, and that's what motherhood is. It's putting your baby's needs before your own. But like I mentioned, I really do want to get back on track with things for myself, because in order to help him, I have to be my best version of myself. And one of the things I've been getting back on track with is my AG1, because after I had Decker and just those postpartum weeks, I totally fell off track with everything. I wasn't taking my vitamin D. I wasn't taking any of my vitamins. It just was so hectic. So finally, I am back on this, and it feels so good. If you know, you know. AG1 is all about foundational nutrition. So in just one scoop, you are getting over 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. And it just feels so good to actually get all of that, because in my entire life, up until I started drinking AG1, I wasn't getting that. And by the way, I have lived, not right now, but in the past, a very healthy life, right? I am eating salads and vegetables and fruit, but still, you could be eating the most clean diet ever, and chances are you are not getting all of it. I think it's been since 2010 that AG1 has improved its formula over 50 times. So there's truly not a better grains powder or daily nutrition supplement on the market. It does not get better than this. And if you really want to geek out about everything, you can go through the list of every single thing that AG1 can help you improve when it comes to your health. Everything from, my big thing is I've noticed so much more energy, your focus, your immune system. It even helps support the cardiovascular system, bone density. There is so much, your fingernails, your skin. That's what I mean when I'm talking about foundational nutrition and whole body health. So I'm going to have a link below if you guys want to give it a try, especially as we are in the swing of things with the holidays, and chances are you're eating the cakes, you're eating the cookies, you're eating all of that, which is great. But this will help you actually get in some nutrients too. And ultimately, it will help you feel good. So I'm going to have that link below, and that will get you 5 free travel packs, a bottle of vitamin D3 and K2. I take this every single morning. Vitamin D is one of those things that most of us are deficient in. It'll also get you a free shaker bottle, the canister, and $20 off when you subscribe. The good thing about it being so gloomy today is we can really just lean in, put on the Christmas lights, the fireplace. I am so obsessed with these stockings that I showed you in one of the last vlogs, which it's so funny and crazy. Last year, Zach and I just had 2 stockings. They were different. We didn't have the custom ones, but our family has expanded by 2. And a lot of people on Instagram when I posted this were like, why is Asher before Decker? That should not be. But listen, guys, I just did age order, okay? Zach, oldest, then me, then Asher, then Decker. It's just the way it is. We are a family, guys. We don't discriminate based on fur or no fur. But I also did the garland railing this year, which I wasn't going to. It felt so overwhelming to me. And I actually have to fix that. That's messed up. But whatever. It felt so overwhelming. I wasn't going to do it. I'm so glad I did. And the one issue with Asher, he seems to be very into this tree skirt, very into it, thinking it's like a blanket toy. Asher, no, we're trying to tell him, nope, not the tree. So far, I must say though, Asher has been a big good brother. The only thing he does that we have to watch is he is just obsessed with licking Decker. But if that's the worst thing he does, that's totally fine. We're gonna work through that and get you through this licking phase. But he has been a good big brother. like in public, because we've gone to the doctor, we've gone to my postpartum circle, we've never just gone out in public. We're just going to Dillard's. We're literally doing one lap around the store and leaving. I just feel so accomplished that I even got us here, and we're doing it, guys. We're doing it. Oh my gosh, if I had anywhere to wear this is so cute with like a long sleeve shirt underneath. Are you kidding me? I just seriously don't think I have anywhere to wear this. Okay, I said I wasn't going to buy anything, but this is like everything I believe in a sweater. Pink, cool sleeves, you can't really tell, but they like flare out, and it's soft. I seriously might do it. All right, I'm not doing it. I'm in my I only buy things for Decker and Asher era. For some reason, this is giving Martha May Hoover. I don't know. Oh my goodness, guys. Hello. First of all, I feel like we haven't, we haven't spoken since yesterday. I am currently running around like a chicken with her head chopped off because Decker is napping. We just got home. I'm feeling like $1,000,000. Like I feel incredible. It's so funny because if you were to have talked to me at this time 2 Thursdays ago, I would have been just not doing well. It was our first outing, just the two of us. And I hit a car. I was late. It just was like a disaster of a day. And then today, the reason I'm saying 2 weeks ago, it's because I was on my way to my Cincinnati postpartum group that I signed up for. It was phenomenal. We met up for coffee beforehand. I got some avocado toast. Then we went to the circle. Everything was good. Decker was either sleeping or eating, and he was happy. And like, it just feels really good. And like, I feel like I'm facing these fears. I know if you've never had a baby, or possibly if you have, you're probably like, why? Like, you're leaving your house. Congrats. It's not that big of a deal. But it just has been. Like, leaving my house is the most daunting feeling ever. This morning, I was just staring at Decker, who had no clothes on after our bath. He pooped on me, which that was a first. That was fun. It scared the crap out of me. I was like, what is happening? Like, my brain wasn't registering because he was like loud, and I was like, what? During the bath. Anyway, so I was holding him without clothes on because I had started to change him into his 0 to 3 month onesie, but he's just out of those completely. So right now he's actually wearing a 3 to 6 month, but he was just so unhappy. I didn't want to like scar him for life by changing him again before getting milk. So I'm like, we're just getting milk right now and doing some skin to skin. But I was just holding him, and I'm like, how am I going to get out the door? And not only get out the door, but like, this was a huge expedition. This was me being gone from, what time did I leave here at? Like 11 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m., which is like craziness. Like, what the heck? I didn't know how I was going to make it work, and I'll tell you how I made it work. I pumped on the way there, and I pumped on the way home, fed him at the group. Like, we find ways to make it work, and I'm just feeling so happy. I'm starting to enter back into the world, and I'm just like really proud of myself, even though this probably does not seem like a big deal at all. And I want to make it a goal of mine to make sure I am leaving the house at least 4 times a week, 4 to 7 times a week, not only for my mental health, not only for Decker's, like, just, you know, I think it's cool for him to be able to get out and like beyond the walls of this house, but also for Asher, because he has developed severe separation anxiety where it's just really, really, really bad. And like, trust me, I've been beating myself up over it, but like, what am I supposed to do? Like, it happened because I was home for 2 months straight, not leaving my house postpartum. Like, I don't know what I guess I could have done a lot of different things. I could have separated him from us, but like, that's heartbreaking to me, right? Like, I bring home a brand new baby, and then I'm like, you can't be in the same room as us. Like, what was I supposed to do? So he has been struggling a lot when we leave. I have cameras all throughout the house, so I see it, and it's good for him to like, yeah, I have to leave the house, basically. He's doing okay, though. He's doing okay. He just loves his family so much and doesn't like when we leave, and that's okay. But we are learning to cope. Zach said he is going to be home late tonight and told me to do dinner without him, which it's so funny to think that Zach and I ever used to eat dinner alone. Like, that used to be our thing. Like, I did my thing, he did his. Like, we didn't even discuss it. Obviously, my schedule and his schedule, they were just so different. So, like, what do you expect? But now, like, we are a tribe. We're a team. We stick together. Unless he's working late, in which case I do dinner by myself, and I'm taking full advantage of this moment. We're doing pancakes, all right? It had to happen, chocolate chip pancakes. I have not had them since, actually, the night before I had Decker. I had chocolate chip pancakes as my last supper, if you will. And I can link the recipe I used below. I've used it like 1,000,000 times. It is foolproof. It is so freaking good. Oh my gosh. Oh. Mom and Asher love deck. Mom and Asher love deck. Mom and Asher. Yeah, it's a dishwasher. Whoa. Decky boy, he loves Chips Ahoy. Maybe no, not yet, but eventually he'll grow teeth and love his treats. Decky boy, sing it with me, Decky boy, he loves Chips Ahoy. Maybe no, not yet, but eventually he'll grow teeth and he'll love his treats. Ash, what's under there? Zach, explain the current sich we're dealing with.
Asher thinks that new toys magically appear under the bed because his toys get under the bed and then I grab them for him occasionally and he thinks they're new.
And so he randomly will he thinks like new toys get produced under the bed. Like there's nothing under there, I just checked. But he's like, give me a new one. Oh my gosh, this is so pathetic. Proud to say Decker and I left the house today. I'm on a roll. I wasn't even going to. Did not want to. It's just like the gloomiest weather ever. I think tonight though it's actually supposed to the sun's supposed to come out finally, which is so nice. Fall in Cincinnati. It's literally like winter in the morning, summer at night. It's like the craziest thing ever. But yeah, I knew I really wanted to leave the house because I just knew it'd be good for us. We're gonna pick up some salmon. Like that's literally it. Just getting the reps in. But before we head in, I did want to have a little chat with you guys about something I'm sure a lot of you know all too well, and that is comparison. And I seriously, within the last several years of my life, have not been one to compare myself to others. I just don't. We all look different. We all have different jobs. We all have different families. I just don't compare myself to others. I'm proud of that because that certainly wasn't always the case. I feel like in high school, I did that. But when it comes to motherhood and being a mom and seeing other people's experiences on social media, it's so hard not to. So hard not to. And there are a few influencers who had babies literally within days of Decker. And what I am seeing is it's as if we are on two different planets. Our experiences could not look any more different. A couple of them, I mean, nothing has stopped them in terms of having a baby. They go out to eat at night. They do this, they do that. And I'm just what am I doing wrong that feels like the biggest obstacle ever? And then it kind of hit me the other day. It's just two different experiences that you can't compare. For example, one of them, her husband works full-time as an influencer. So they're both home all day. That would literally cut everything in half. If your husband is literally just home all day. Obviously, Zach has a job. He goes into work, so that's different. And then also, I think all of them have night nurses. It's just such a different experience. They're getting 8-9 hours of sleep a night. Whereas, I mean, the most amount of sleep I've gotten in one stretch since having Decker is 4 hours. And that was magical. And by the way, I genuinely stand by the fact that I don't think I would ever want a night nurse. Before we had Decker, I remember I was I wouldn't want that. And then I'm who knows how you'd feel once you have them, once you're sleep deprived. Truly, not that I have $10K to shell out for the month, but truly, I would not want a night nurse. When Decker is crying, when Decker is waking up, I want to be the one to be there for him. I just do. And I'm not hating on anyone who doesn't want that. There is nothing wrong with that at all. It's just my personal desire and feeling, which I didn't know if I would have, but I truly do. Obviously, keep in mind that our experiences are so different. It's not even a case, I mean, it definitely is probably everyone puts their best foot forward on social media, right? And you're not seeing the behind the scenes, but even if they're behind the scenes still is great, because a few people I'm this literally just seems like it's their life and it's great. Different lives, right? Different circumstances, and you're not a failure if you've only left the house a few times within the past couple of months, aka myself. It's fine. It's the way it is. And by the way, I do want to mention, I have had so much help. My mom has been here. She would come over every weekday for a few hours and help out so much. So that I even have more help than some people. So it just goes to show there are different levels to this. As long as you're doing the best you can, you're golden as far as I'm concerned. This is a pep talk I give to myself in case you haven't noticed. I kind of feel like I'm stealing or doing something wrong by putting everything in the stroller, but I don't know how else I would do it. Obviously I can't carry both around. I'm slowly but surely figuring this whole thing out, and you guys are just watching it happen. I just got home. I hope you guys can even hear me amidst the sounds. I know last night we were doing pancakes for dinner. I figured we could do a little healthier for lunch today. I'm just prepping some salad, and I had another random thought on the way home because obviously yesterday I had my Cincinnati postpartum circle, and one of the topics was on like your body, what you're proud of, all of that, and people were talking about like whether or not they were active throughout pregnancy, and a couple of the women, I hate calling people women, by the way, like to me, like we're all girls, but the women, like no, a couple of the girls were saying like, oh, they weren't active throughout their pregnancy, and kind of saying it in like a bad, disappointed way, but these people also happen to have way rougher pregnancies than, for example, me. And in my head, I was thinking to myself, like, you can't compare the two. Like, as much as I'm like, okay, wow, I'm proud I was active throughout my pregnancy, it wasn't really that hard. Like, I didn't have much going against me, right? Like, obviously, I had the bad first trimester. One second, where is Asher? Asher, stop it. Come here. Like, obviously, I had the bad first trimester. Oh, wait, I am not good at multitasking. Obviously, I had the bad first trimester, but after that, I was good to go. Like, I felt great. I was getting sleep. It's great that I got to the gym, but let's be honest, it wasn't that hard for me, and I didn't really have much standing in my way. And for people who were sick all 3 trimesters or had gestational diabetes or other things, like, you cannot compare yourself to me. It's just, it's not the same thing at all. And this is what the finished product looks like. We've got lettuce, we've got chicken, we've got tomatoes, we've got cucumbers, and red bell peppers. All right, we're here with Aunt Ray, who just couldn't get enough of us. She was here just a few days ago. She's obsessed. The whole gang is here. Oh my gosh, Asher. But Ray and I have been having a miscommunication all day. Tell her the 2 where you literally thought I was a psychopath.
Well, I kept, you guys obviously know Baby Decker's here. You're not gonna see him. But he's got these gorgeous blue eyes like his mama. And so I was like, what have you guys been like looking at, blah, blah. And we were talking about Zach, and she was like, well, he has green, Zach says he has green eyes. And I was like, and I'm looking at Baby Decker, and Baby Decker's looking at me, and I'm like, I don't know what to say because that boy's eyes are blue. And I was like, he really thinks they're green? And she was like, I don't know, yeah. And she was like, I don't really stare into his eyes like that. And so in my head, I was like, all he does is look up at you like all day. So it's like, how do you not know your son's eye colors? But you know me, I'm just gonna hold the baby and we're gonna like everything's okay.
You did look disturbed. I was so confused as to why you kept asking. Ray kept being like, are you sure you don't look at his eyes?
But then finally, somehow she was like, no, Zach says his eyes are green, like his eyes. And I was like, oh my God, girl.
I'm so glad.
I thought you meant Baby Decker. I was like, girl, I'm looking at his eyes sparkling blue in the sunlight. And I'm like, maybe really Zach is colorblind. Maybe Clancy's like not really looking into his eyes. I was like, I'm not gonna really guess. But then we're laying here, just Decker's kicking and playing with this thing. She's just petting his hair because he's got maybe like 200 strands of hair right now. She's like, he's really struggling to get hair. But I heard air, and so I was thinking like, should we sit him up or something?
Yeah,
and she was like, look at all these hairs you have. And I was like, oh my God, girl, you said hair. I thought for a minute, I was like, do you not care? He can't breathe. I know, right? That's what I said too.
Oh my God.
So I'm just really, I guess I'm right now, I'm Decker's advocate because I hear all things wrong and I'm like,
yeah.
Decker.
Ray's going home to Pornham and she's gonna be like, Zach and Clancy are like the worst parents I've ever seen.
But no, they're the best. Clancy's been such a great mama to her boy. I'm actually outside one of my favorite spots at home, and let me just say a little PSA. If you just moved into a new house and you are like, what the amount of money I am spending is absurd between just like regular decor, furniture, seasonal decor. You've got fall, Christmas, all of it. Don't worry. Like it's a one-time thing because I spent all the money last year. And then this year, like I'm just going in here just to peruse a little bit, check it out. And really the only thing on my list that I need is a doormat. But everything else I bought last year. And I was freaking a little bit. I felt so guilty.
But it was like a one and done purchase, and the guy next to me just got in his car. That's always so awkward. Oh my gosh, so I'm not decorating my office this year just because it's too much. Like, honestly, I'm surprised I was even able to decorate my living room, but one year I want to do like an all pink pink and white Christmas themed office. One year, but not this year. Ooh, it's the battle of the vibes. And honestly, I like both. Like, this is the more traditional decorating vibe. And then over here, I love a nice white theme. Like, these are so pretty. Oh my gosh. The psychological warfare I do with myself is ridiculous. I was just about to pick up this doormat, thought it was cute, loved it. And then I all of a sudden was like, oh, there's only one left of this. And just the fact that there's only one left, like that it's the coveted last item, automatically makes me want it. But I don't even think I like it more than the other one. I don't know. It is pretty cute. I'm sticking with my guns. I wish I had the discipline to shop for seasonal decor out of season. Like, all of this fall stuff is 25% off, but I sadly do not. Like, because I'm just over it. Like, I'm over all of the fall. Give me Christmas. Oh my goodness. One of the craziest things about motherhood is how, at least in our experience, I hate how I keep generalizing things. Everyone has such a different experience, but for us is how things go from 0 to 100. Like, 1 minute I am like filming videos of Decker because he's smiling and happy and oh my gosh, and the next it is just chaos. And he still has his moral reflex, which I've talked about it before on here. It's this reflex, is the startle that newborns get, where like they just get startled, and for him, like, he reaches out his hands, it feels like he's falling. I think game over. There's like no consoling him after he gets that. Like, obviously I'm hugging and I'm telling him it's okay, but like, he's not consoled easily. I thought he outgrew it. He just got his moral reflex, like, I don't know, more than that, like 10 times within the last hour. During bath time, which was really bad. Like, it's been like a crazy hour. And then yet right now he's sleeping like an angel. Like, it's just so crazy how, and one thing I've realized for babies, crying is how they express themselves, right? So it's not like, if I were to be on here crying right now, like, I would not be okay, right? Like, I'd be like really sad. Like, I'm not gonna go from crying to happy, right? Guys, just look at Asher. Like, please, can we all just be like Asher? But for babies, it's just their way of expressing themselves, and it's not that serious, where he can go from crying and then literally in a smile within a matter of seconds. And it's the best feeling ever when that happens. And vice versa. He could be smiling and then boom, he goes Moro on me. But anyway, all that to say, it has been a chaotic evening, to say the least. Seriously, I just want to be Asher. That's all I want. Guess I should address the little elephant in the room. I did not work out at all this week, which was my goal. It did not happen, and I don't even know if it'll happen next week or the week after. The one thing I have to say, as I was just sprinting up and down the stairs during this chaotic hour, just with like bath stuff and then getting his towel, and then I forgot his diaper and this and that. Like, I am active. Like, I'm not just a blob on the couch. I'm really not. Like, I am like moving a lot, so it's fine. Like, I will get back to my old, well, not really, I guess you don't ever really get back to your old routine, but like, I will find a new routine that I like. It just did not happen this week, and I have a feeling it's just gonna look a lot different. Like, my new goals for working out are probably gonna be like, if I can get in 3 to 4 workouts a week, 3 workouts a week, that's amazing. Whereas it used to be like 5 to 6, and that's just not sustainable right now. So, oh my, Ash, out of the tree skirt. No, Asher, come on, out of there, come on. No to the tree skirt. That man is gonna knock down our tree, I just know it. Oh my gosh, I literally feel like I'm like prepared like for toddlerhood phase with Asher. Like, he has prepared me for having a toddler. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I will once again have that link to AG1 below if you guys are interested in signing up and trying it out. And until next time, I will see you in the next vlog. Bye.